This short revision video looks at diseconomies of scale. Well, diseconomies happen when the business grows essentially too big, causing average cost to go up rather than decrease. It results from inefficiencies or decreasing returns to scale as a firm expands beyond its optimal size. It means that businesses are suffering from a loss of productive efficiency, perhaps because of organisational slack. And that lost cost and price competitiveness can often lead to declining sales, fall in market share and a fall in the share price if the business is already floated on the stock market. Now, diseconomies are becoming more important in the business world, especially in markets and sectors where businesses face threats from challenger brands. Diseconomies of scale can be a long-term risk to a business's market position and profitability, and they lead to pressure from activist shareholders to downsize, to outsource, or perhaps restructure via a demerger. So it's important to link diseconomies of scale with demergers. Diagrammatically, diseconomies of scale happen when a firm has moved beyond its minimum efficient scale and the average cost of production in the long run is going up, as you see here from the output rising from Q3 to Q4. So what are the main causes of diseconomies of scale? Well, the root cause is managerial inefficiency. It just becomes harder to coordinate and communicate in bigger businesses, especially those with complex multiple management layers. Bigger businesses tend, on the whole, to have slower decision making, and managers often exhibit risk-averse behaviour. There are also the increased costs of bureaucracy. In bigger businesses, there's also the risk of worker demotivation. People working for large organisations may feel alienated in a large, impersonal company, despite the best efforts of HR. And that lower motivation can feed through to reduced labour productivity, which in turn increases the unit labour costs of production. There are often logistical issues of big businesses with very complex supply chains across borders and internal logistics and accounting systems. There could be increased costs for transportation and storage as a business grows in scale. And also compliance and legal costs. It's often the case that larger firms with market power face many more regulations and scrutiny, and that adds to the fixed costs of doing business. I said there was a link between diseconomies of scale and demergers, and I think that is the case. Shareholders often think that a business has grown too large, too complex, and too unwieldy, and there's often pressure for demergers. So here are three recent examples. In 2025, Unilever, one of the biggest consumer businesses in the world, announced plans to demerge their ice cream business, which includes popular brands such as Demergers, Magnum and Cornetto. In 2022, GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, demerged its consumer healthcare business to form Haleon plc, a company focused on consumer health products, to allow GSK to concentrate more on pharmaceuticals and vaccines. And Tata Motors, one of the biggest conglomerate businesses in the world, in 2024 announced a demerger to split their commercial vehicle and passenger vehicle businesses into two separate listed companies. I think all of these demergers have at their heart the need, the drive, the commercial imperative to streamline operations to make the businesses more sustainable and more profitable and more efficient. So there we go, a quick revision video on diseconomies of scale. Thanks for joining in.